Go live. And I think we are now. Dun, da, 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 da.
So we're live just because
We're
of the sun.
we're live now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think so. This view is perfect. So hey everybody, this is Arusha from Push, a Cure fan documentary, and we have our return host Fuscia, who
Hello.
we. Where did we last see you, Fuscia?
Well, I'm here in section 408, and this is the view. The roadies are setting up right now. Not sure if you can see that, but it's happening. The Twilight Sad just ended. They did a fantastic set. It's nice to be at a show with no rain, because the last two have been extremely rainy, as you know. You were there. But it was absolutely worth it. Yeah, nice to have a little bit of sunshine, and um, it's very nice weather, very mild.
Yeah, there's something funny. Your sound was better before, and now it's a little bit tinny. Did anything change from when we first started?
Um, Not that I know of. It's just a little noisier back here.
Oh no, it's just some weird like with the earbuds, but it's all good. So let me rewind again and just say so. What was what was the first concert we talked at? Was it Shoreline?
Yes, it was Shoreline Mountain View, night one.
Yeah, now you sound great. Now you sound great. So, so how many concerts have you seen, and do you have more on this tour, and do you have more to see?
Yes, this is my seventh on the tour. No, eighth. Yeah, this is the eighth, and I have two more.
Wow, that's
Never
exciting.
enough,
It's
as you
never
know.
enough. It's never enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But last night's set in Michigan was fire. So good.
Right. Right.
Three, three songs from Pornography. Hell yeah. Cold, Strange Day, 100 Years. So good.
It was. My friends were there, and we were. It was a really beautiful night, and after, like you said, it had been raining, and just it wasn't as bad as Cleveland, but it sort of it got dark, and it lightened up at the same time. But right now in Toronto, it looks beautiful.
It really is. Do you want to see like a 360?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to see that.
All right. Let,
Oh my goodness! And there's the lawn again.
yep, I'm at the back of the cupboard, but it's covered, so I will take it. Last night I was on the lawn
Oh my
um,
goodness!
in the rain. So yeah, it was fun though. I had a lot of fun.
How did you make it fun?
Uh, let's see. As Hurley put it, low and tight. So I'll explain. So we're on the lawn, and we had two long rain ponchos, or we had one each with a hood, and we also had an umbrella. And we rented lawn chairs. We got there early enough to rent lawn chairs. So we're on the lawn chairs. We got the umbrella right over our heads. We got the ponchos on, and we're just like huddled up basically. But it was really good people watching because we were right at the front of the lawn. And all night it was just a steady, constant stream of people coming through. So the people watching was phenomenal. And kudos to Detroit. Like, there was a lot of colored hair and alternative people. I was very impressed with Michigan. It was nice. It's really nice. This was my first show, first Cure show in Michigan, so that was cool.
Yeah, somebody had said that my friend, I think we had been there in 2000 or something, but But my friend said that he felt like it was also very culturally diverse, and he was just really happy, like sort of echoing what you said, that just the vibe of the crowd and the variety of people coming and going. And there was one point where I was filming during burn because I had to walk. I had friends in two different places, so I was like, "Oh, I got to see you, and I got to see you." So I was filming the lawn people, and it was so exciting because the people watching was just there was like a mime person and people like young kids trying to film up here and older people
Yeah.
just relaxing. So yeah, it was beautiful. Now,
Yeah,
now,
actually, that I have to say, I saw you go by filming during burn, and I was at the front of the lawn. So if you go back and watch that footage, I as you go by, I'm like waving at the camera.
oh, I will go by and see if I caught you because it's also like, have you? Because I think I post it somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, I haven't checked. Today was a busy day because there was no day off between, so we had to
I
get into
know.
Canada and all that jazz. But yeah, it's right when he starts singing the first verse. Don't look, the shadows. Yeah, I remember the specific moment when it happened. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. Like Lisa Lovecat said, who I think is watching right now, probably. She said, "Soak it up." So I was trying to soak it all up
Good for
because we always have to
you.
go back to real life.
Good for you. Good for you. I love hearing that because as you know, probably, when you follow a band on tour, you definitely have highs and lows. And I kind of feel like it's always like a hero's journey where you're like, oh my God, it's so exciting. And then you're like, why am I doing this? This is horrible. And then in the end, you're like, I don't
Right,
want to just stop.
right. 1,000 hours. The statement on the back of your shirt that you made, it was so appropriate for for this. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Well said, my friends. Well said.
thank
And
you.
well said to Robert, too, on that one.
Oh, yeah, because he wrote those lyrics.
No, I mean, well said with what you said, too. But yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if we can see. Oh yeah, Love Cat is watching. She says hello. Let's see if we can see the stage. I don't think we can.
Let me see if I can zoom it in for you.
I think this app does not do well with that. Let me see if I can zoom it. No, it won't. It's fine.
There we go. Wait.
It's so yeah. It's just the that this app is not.
I'm trying to get it, but like, it's like in reverse or something. It's so weird. Okay. I'm just going to go with this.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's because it's not mirrored, and we're used to using like a mirrored thing.
Oh, is that what it is? Because like left is right, and I'm just, yeah, can't do it.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
Larry.
so dark back there.
So you were saying, hey, how's it going? That's a great shot too. Yeah, I love it. I love your camera too. You have whatever camera you're using works really well with this app.
People pixel.
Ah, okay.
It's bottom for the camera because the cameras are next level. Yep,
Um,
it's too.
Google Pixel, yeah, yeah. I actually need a new phone, so I'll look into that. You were saying earlier that you felt like you had a good crowd tonight. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. Just, a good mix of people, young and old. The outfits are really cool and lots of colored hair, that kind of thing. I love when the freaks come out.
I was gonna say I've heard you say a couple of times, lots of colored hair.
Yes, I love colored hair,
Yeah,
obviously.
right, fuchsia. And also, how do you feel about the new songs and what is happening with you seeing them over and over and over again in your relationship with them?
Well, I'm definitely learning all the lyrics. Um, the first time that I saw End Song, I melted down. My makeup was all over my face, of course. So emotional, so beautiful, and so classic Cure, too. Um, a couple of them made me cry the first night and second night. I mean, pretty much every night, honestly. But some nights I'm more moody than others, I guess. But yeah, um, as you learn the lyrics and stuff, and you pick up new things every time, and the new songs are great. Yeah, really good.
I
Good
noticed
call, Robert and Co.
I noticed that a couple of them really grew on me. Like, I Can Never Say Goodbye. At first, I didn't. It wasn't like I didn't like it, but I was like, okay, all right. And then I started really getting into especially the bass and the drums. And so
Yeah,
then once the bass and the drums hit me more, it was like I could go back to the lyrics and get into it even more. And Larry is saying that new album is going to clobber me, and that's, I think, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I feel like, yeah, it's it's a double hitter, isn't it? Because I mean, we always talk about it being the end, but I mean, this would be like a really not surprising ending because they're older and life is, you got to move on sometime, and I don't want them to ever end, but it kind of feels like it could be like time to say goodbye. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just play till they're 100 years old.
which would you prefer? Do you want them to play till they're 100 years old, or are you in the Robert camp? I know I've heard interviews with younger Robert, where he's like, I'd rather pack it up early while we're on top, or while it's good, than fizzle out or whatever. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I I want I will see them till the bitter end, no matter what that means. But I want them to be happy as musicians. Like, I don't want, like, I feel like Prince and Tom Petty, for example, like pushed and pushed and pushed themselves physically to a detriment where they compromised their health, and that's not an insult because they are so amazing. Like, Prince is so amazing, but I don't ever, like, even though I want them to play forever and ever and ever, I also want to respect them as human beings who have lives and families, and if they need to stop for whatever reason, the end will. Every time I decide I'm gonna make it my end for my personal reasons, like, I gotta move on, man. I can't do it, and I start crying, and so yeah, that's how I feel. Is like, I just want, what I've always seen from The Cure is that it's like a pure. There's an honesty and a purity to what they do, when they do it, and why they do it. So I always want that to continue. Like when they were, people got obviously flipped out when Simon kind of quit online, but that was Facebook, and who knows, and you know, I don't want Simon to quit. The Cure is not the Cure without Simon, but at the same time,
Yeah,
if anybody in a band, is miserable for whatever reason that's none of our business, or whatever, I wish them all the best, and I wish them all the most happiness.
absolutely.
So I
But
feel
yeah, I
like
mean,
I
they
feel
they're
like
killing it this tour. So
yeah, and I feel like Robert said that as younger him, but it seems like he's loving it. So I don't think there's any danger in him like quitting anytime soon. Like, he seems like Nick Cave. Like, he seems like he gets energy from.
yes, yes, it's almost like he has to do it, or else I don't know. It's his calling. It's what he was put here to do, was to touch lives and help people through some shit. So yeah, he's like a messenger from the universe.
Yeah, definitely artists with a certain gift. They feel it feels like the songs move through them, doesn't it? Lynn in the chat says, I think if the band stops, the individuals will still do music, so I don't think they will ever stop. And that's a great point. Like, Jason plays
Yep.
drums and jazz bands and Reeves. I've gone to see Reeves play, and it's fantastic. It's tiny, totally different music, completely different crowd, but it's actually really relaxing
Huh.
for me because it's a different vibe. Because the Cure are so good and they're so intense, and you just want to like jump in and get so close and be in it, and it's been my life. But yeah, going to see Reeves upstate and to play with, Club Delph, which is a band I'd never heard of before, was so great, so great.
Cool. I will definitely listen to it. Thank you for telling me about it. I hadn't thought to, but he's very talented, so absolutely. I'll be checking that out on the way to Montreal.
Yeah, I think just catching Reeves doing whatever, he's never gonna stop playing music. So
Right.
like
Oh, it's
like
in
this
your soul.
like Lynn said, I think each individual they play they're in the Cure because they're in the Cure, but they also just love playing music. So they're gonna keep playing music until whatever. We're just not sure if the band when the band stops, let's just hope they stay happy and healthy forever and ever and ever, and so do all of us. But anyway,
Right.
how was the Twilight Sad just now?
Oh, they were fantastic. The singer seemed really into it. He made a comment, another comment about the rain, because you probably heard him yesterday say "fuck the rain." So he basically said he was glad that the rain fucked off. Yeah, and I had to scream for that one because I felt that deep in my heart, having been on the lawn for it last night. But I'm just glad I wasn't on the lawn for Cleveland because that was intense. I thought the show was going to get canceled. That was scary.
I thought the show was going to get canceled too, and I was coming off an extremely emotional couple of days, and I was like, "Wow, world,
Right?
woo!" Like punching boxing match, or what kind of thing are we all in? And that's something I love about the Twilight Sad, and I want to give a shout out to them because I think they're a great band. But I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I kind of wish that the Cure would give somebody else a shot as an opening band. But at the
Right.
same, like I have two minds about it because it's like, whatever. It's so beautiful to see them play, and they're such a grateful band. Like they're so grateful to
That's,
be where they are.
that is very true. Every night he mentions how grateful he is to be on the tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel very emotional when I see the Twilight Sad because now I'm like so used to. It's like I'm like Pavlov's dog. I'm like, okay, here's the first song, and now I have time to do this, and I'm not gonna go run and do that, because I'm so used to hearing Twilight Sad with the Cure that it's actually uplifted or lifted up the Twilight Sad experience for me because now when I go see the Twilight Sad by themselves, I have bigger memories. And so it'll be like I look forward to seeing them at like a smaller gig,
Yeah,
just sort of packed with the history with the Cure. Someone says because of the Cure I got into Interpol. Somebody else says I was on the lawn for Cleveland. I was smiling the whole time. Nothing was going to stop me. That's
you're
awesome.
hardcore. That's amazing. Good for you. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and then Lynn says, "Love the Twilight Sad." He wants to make me dance crazy. And let's I know that the Cure are going to go on soon, but I want to talk about your band a little bit because I know you did a great cover of Cold. So let's promo your band for a moment.
Okay, well, we covered "Cold," which is one of the best Cure songs in my opinion. So it was around the time that my cat Bella passed away from cancer. So I really fully realized the lyrics and the context of that song and that situation. We decided to do the song and the cover for a live stream performance before I found out she had cancer. So we were already committed. We had already learned it had been practicing when we found out.
But
But
What's the name of your band for the people? What's the name of your band? Like, say so that we know how to follow.
yeah, yes, context. Thank you. We're called Bella Loon, and the website is BELLALUNE.com. And right now it's the two of us. It's myself and Hurley,
Hi, Early.
and he does some amazing bass lines. We really would love Simon to hear the cover because he loves Simon. He's a big Simon fan.
I'm gonna be Simon when I grow up.
Don't we
So yeah,
all?
Simon could
Don't we
hear.
all?
I got to meet Simon once, and I got to meet Robert twice. That was pretty cool. I'm
Nice.
lucky. Very, very fortunate. The first time I met Robert, he was sober. It was during the day at a radio station in San Francisco. And he was so nice, sweet, and attentive.
Was that
And
Live
then,
105? Live
yeah,
105 in
what?
2004?
Yes.
I was
Were
there
you
and
there?
I have video footage of it.
You were in the meet and greet in there?
Yeah, but I was taking video. It's a long story. It was a
Okay.
weird. Yeah, but he was sober, at least recovering from the night before.
Yeah,
Continue.
he was very sweet and very attentive. It was really cool. But then the second time was in Miami, backstage at the Ultra Music Festival. Tiesto was on, and Pearl had got me backstage, and the Crew Shadows were back there, and that's when I got to meet Simon. And the second time, Robert was. I think he might have had a few cocktails, maybe, because he was seemed like he was feeling really good, and his personality was more. I don't know, more of the Robert you see on like Close to Me, when he's doing Close to Me or The Walk or something. It reminded me more of that Robert than at the radio station. So it's cool to see like both sides, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, he probably has more sides than that, but
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I learned how to play guitar and bass based on Cure songs. So yeah, love them to say the least. Yeah, I love talking to you because I mean I could seriously talk to you all day just because of our mutual love for the Cure and our mutual love for following them around all over the place.
yes, and thank you so much because there's so many people that first of all, there's so many people that do follow the Cure around, and there's so many people that can't follow the Cure around, and I think we give them an opportunity to be a part of this. You know, we're not live streaming. There's plenty of live streams. I think, by the way, the Cure on this day, the Cure on Instagram will probably live stream tonight. But I get people all the time that come up to me and say thank you because this this view, like I'm sitting home in New York, and to be honest, I'm a little bit more excited right now watching you and talking to you than when I was in my head about my personal BS and whatever was going on in my life, even though I was at Blossom Center, but it was like hard for me to get out of my own head. So I can see, you know, I mean, I know the value of giving this to people because this is why I do it, because I love it. And I love connecting somebody from another country, another city, somebody who's broke, somebody who's able challenged, somebody who's too tired. I mean, whatever. Like,
Oh yeah,
let,
it's hard on your back, people. It's not as glamorous as it seems all the time. But
yeah,
yeah,
it's,
thank you for doing that. It is a public service to Cure fans. It really is. It's very
yeah,
cool.
it's a huge financial burden and it's a huge, like, I mean, I put myself in like ridiculous financial situations for this, and it's not smart, and I don't recommend it. You know, I don't know. It's but at the same time, like you only live once, and if you have the opportunity to travel, and you can try it once or twice, you may find that it's going to give you more than you expected, and it's going to be like the little things, like going on the
Yeah.
road and that one time that lady with the camera went by and that weird mime was saying hi to you and the person at the gas station. Like my friend Autumn just traveled with us to a few shows, and she'd never done that before. And she sent us this beautiful message saying, I'm at my desk now and I'm crying because I don't want to go back to work. I want to go back to the circus, even though it was hard. And there were times when, we were grouchy in the car, but she was like, she saw people at gas stations with shirts on.
Yes.
And we'd wake up at Holiday Inns with other Cure fans. And so it's such a beautiful thing. And I do hope the band has the time to see that sometimes because they're so busy. Like this tour, just bless all of them because it must be so exhausting.
Yes, absolutely. It's hard.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the harder it is. Because I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And yeah, it's a lot harder than it was back then.
Right.
So I can only imagine how they must feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Fuchsia. I'm sure the Cure will be starting soon. So.
Yep. 8:15, 4 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. We'll have a great
Let me
show.
tell you something before I sign off.
Okay.
So you know how they have the shaker cocktails in the U.S.? Everyone's drinking the shaker cocktails.
Yeah.
This is the Canadian. It's the fishbowl.
That's nuts.
So that's the thing here, I guess. But
That is
anyway,
crazy.
well, it was lovely speaking with you. I'm hearing the thunder and the little
Oh.
atmospheric music. So
Yes.
hopefully someone will be live streaming tonight for y'all.
Yeah, so everybody go to The Cure on this day of The Cure on Instagram. And thank you so much, Fuchsia. Have a great show tonight.
Yes.